Hello everyone, thank you for tuning into my channel. My name is Tosha Chang, and today I just want to get on here to share with you why I decided to start the Tosha Chang Show back in March. I believe in March. It's about close to 6 months now when I started, and I was very lucky and blessed that I have some good guests on the show and share their story to how to grow their business and also on their personal life. My vision for this show is to have good guests come in and share their story, how they will overcome their adversity and grow as a person. And also, it's about human development, right? Personal development so we can grow as a person and therefore we can help others along the way when we become a better version of ourselves. There's so many things in life that we cannot control, but I do believe we always can improve ourselves and our self-worth by taking time to evaluate who we are and grow as a person and understand our well-being and adapt our way of being. I believe we can help others from our work, from our relationship, and to find the right partners in our life. Once we actually understand how to grow as a person, we will gain a clear vision of where we want to go and who we are. So we can add value to other people around us. In all my guests of interviewing, I always learn from everybody. You always learn something new so you can apply to it so you can grow. My particular interview with Tosha Chang, how she have a never give up mentality from all the adversities she have, it gave me a different perspective how to grow as a person and how I can apply most of her stuff to the area that I need to work on. I hope you enjoyed the episode that I have with Tosha Chang and any other episode I have in my podcast. Hopefully, you can find some valuable information and insight to help you grow as a person that can apply to your personal growth and your business growth. Again, thank you for tuning in to the Tosha Chang Show. Welcome to the Tosha Chang podcast show. It's my pleasure to have Tosha Chang today with me as a guest. Tosha is a native Austin from Texas. She's the vice chair of nonprofit Austin Latino real estate community and also a president of Asian Real Estate Association of America in Austin. She have over 15 years in experience in residential real estate. Tosha excel in helping her client with their real estate needs and mentor the realtor. She have overcome a lot of adversity and have the never give up mentality. That's how she lead to her success and what's going on with her life and what she tried to moving forward with her political campaign. And also, this year she introduced the first human right awareness chair focused on human trafficking and fentanyl awareness. Welcome to the Tosha Chang Show, Tosha. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for welcoming me to your show. I'm excited to be on your podcast.
Well, thank you. It's great to have you here. I just share a little bit about you. Is there anything else you would like to share with the audience? What you do and a little bit more about you, Tosha?
Well, I'm in addition to being the president of the Asian Real Estate Association of America, I brought in the very first human trafficking chair and fentanyl awareness chair to our chapter. And so I have an amazing team that backs me on that. I'm working with Governor Greg Abbott's wife, Cecilia Abbott, on that human trafficking campaign. I've also spoken at the Department of Labor with I was a keynote speaker for the 10,000 minority appraisers, and I'm actually going to be joining their board as well. Um, so I'm a little bit more getting a little bit more diverse now in a few different fields within real estate. I'm a mother of 5 kids, 3 biological, and then 2 that were adopted. I also grew up in and out of foster care homes, so that's why it's really important to me to make sure the kids have a solid foundation and a home to come home to every day.
I think that's great what you're trying to accomplish, and with your childhood, if your past, and you try to make sure that people don't have the right support. So there are a few questions, and I think I know why, but I want to hear from you, Tasha. And you're a good friend of mine, so you share a lot of information. But this time, I want the audience to know the true who Tasha is, right? Can you share some information, the biggest challenge you faced during your childhood and how you managed to overcome them?
I would say the biggest obstacle that I had it is kind of my why right now, why I'm such a big advocate for kids, would be growing up in foster care and not necessarily having a stable home environment myself. I was constantly moving from house to house, which meant that I never knew where I was going to be next. I didn't know if I was going to be in this house, this city, or that school with these friends today, and then tomorrow I was going to be somewhere completely different. I'm going to be the new kid again. And so it was really difficult to grow up in such an unstable environment where you just never know what tomorrow's going to lead to, and you don't even know if you can trust the adults that you're going to be in the care of, right? And so really what that did was it made me struggle with a form of forming lasting relationships in my life with the adults and other children around me, to depend on them as colleagues and friends. But it taught me a lot to rely on myself. It taught me to focus on my education instead of my social life. And so for me, I felt like that was exactly what I needed to ground myself so that I could be the successful mentor that I am today.
Oh, so how does, because of your childhood, you think that's affect your relationship or how you work with people in
It
that precise
definitely
way?
Yeah, it definitely did, because I try to get into the mind of whoever I'm helping. In order to be an adequate mentor for these realtors, and even other teenagers, you have to understand their why. You have to understand where they came from, and because I had the benefit of experiencing so many different houses and so many different families, I saw. Different obstacles, and I saw people overcome them in different ways, right? I even faced them myself. And so the first thing I do is I ask, what is their why do you want to be in real estate? Why are you here today? And then we just try to uh, build a plan around that for them, on
Okay,
their strengths and their weaknesses.
there's no weakness. I mean, that's why I see the drive and the um the way that you carry yourself and how you try to work and reach another level, meaning kind of never give up mentality wise. So how did you experience growing up shape your drive and never give up mentality, and how this mindset you have or develop that help you in your real estate career and your personal life?
Really, based on my childhood, the instability of it, it taught me that life is unpredictable. It taught me that in order to be successful at life, you have to be adaptable. And because there's constantly going to be change, right? So
Mm.
this realization ingrained a never give up mentality in me, that because I faced so many numerous obstacles, I learned to view each challenge as an opportunity so that I can grow, and a learning experience for me. I bring that into my real estate career. This mindset has been invaluable to me, I would say, because I've encountered so many different types of setbacks and so many different types of rejections in my life. Um, it just made me more determined to succeed and more determined to get the yeses and figure out what do I need to do? What do I need to do within this puzzle to unlock the yes, right?
Mm.
And so I think that that's what it taught me was resilience to navigate the complexities of the real estate market.
I think how you put it is how to navigate to get to a yes. And can you give me an example? How would you approach that?
Um, I mean, basically what I'm hearing whenever there's a no, whenever I'm getting rejection, is I didn't propose whatever I'm proposing in a way that they comprehended, that they saw value in, right? And so when someone's telling you no for something, basically what they're doing is they're telling you why they're not onboarding with whatever it is that you're presenting them and why they don't see value in it. And it's up to you to accommodate that. And so what I do is I use that as feedback, very critical feedback. And I analyze my approach, my words, even my mannerisms in which I was enacting with that person. And I'll change it to accommodate their needs, so and that's how you're getting the yes. It's not necessarily by forcing them to say yes. You're helping them to see the value and you're adapting the product to meet those needs.
Okay, okay. That's a great approach. In that case, let's say if someone has similar history that you have, or same mentality that you have, what kind of advice would you give a young individual with a currently facing adversity and how to overcome that?
Um, my advice to them, just like I tell my kids, is be adaptive. Be adaptive with the environment around you. Stay wary of where it's going. Don't always be distracted with social media, with movies and things like that. Pay attention, because if you're paying attention, then you can see what's coming and then you can prepare for your next move so that you can be resilient, right? You also have to believe in yourself. My own self-confidence is really what pushed me to succeed. My why was my kids, and because all the adults around me would constantly tell me that you're never going to do anything, you're never going to get anywhere with your life. I took that as a challenge. That was their opinion of me. But if that was true, that meant that I already failed my kids. And they're more important. Their future was more important than my own, right? And so I wanted to make sure that I was going to provide a successful life for them. And so be determined. Make sure you have your own self-confidence, that you believe in yourself. Find out what your why is, and why you're moving forward in this venture, right? Because unless you know why, you're never going to reach the end goal. And what I'll do is I'll write down my goal. I'll write down what are my next steps. What is it that I want to do in the next 2 to 5 years, and then I'll just map out my journey to be successful, to get to the end zone. So I mean, really, my advice would just be stay determined.
Stay determined. I mean, it's really good that you focus on your why, and beside the why, you have the passion about it, right? And it sound like you have all those um, ways of moving your life ahead up your schedule, and you don't take no for an answer. You try to find a reason to why it can add value to other people. I think that's where I admire what you do, and try to mentor other real estate and try to give them a right mindset. I think that's great, Harsha.
Yeah. I'm kind of like a therapist. In order to be a successful mentor, you really have to kind of hone in and help them find their why. Because unless they see why they're doing something, they're never going to get to the end goal that they want.
Right. I mean, when you mentor people, I mean, we like to teach and we like to learn from other people too, right? So we want to pass down the knowledge, or you can learn from each other. So can you discuss the importance of personal development and how you continue to grow both personal personally and professionally despite the challenge you have encountered?
Personally, I would say personal development is one of the most crucial parts of your life. For me, a big part of my personal development is God and staying true to my morals. And so I'm constantly referring back, to my Christian values and the Bible for my next move, basically. And I think it's important that we become more self-aware and continuously improve on our skills so that we can adapt to the challenges and circumstances that we're facing every single day. Another thing that I do is I really think it's important to surround yourself with people who are more successful in life and in different business endeavors than you are, because you always want to have this mentor to look up to. And if you're the biggest person in the room, you're the smartest person in the room, you can't grow anymore, right? And so I always surround myself. But once I reach the next level, I purposely seek out someone who's more successful than I am, so I can kind of ride in their coattails and then ask them for advice.
Mm. So, who actually give you the most, that have the most influence in your life, Tasha, when you talk about mentorship?
Um, I've had a lot of amazing mentors. Mark Minshew was probably my first one who originally gave me the advice to get my real estate license. And I really saw him as an amazing mentor. Another one actually was Robert Palmer, who owns LPT Realty. He's very successful, hardworking. And Tamir, who owns Real. I'm lucky that I have a lot of successful mentors to look up to. So there isn't just one, unfortunately.
I think that's good. You learn from everybody, right? And hopefully you can share the wisdom with other people and help you grow as well. You did share with me recently that you create a company. It's called Texas Resource
Text
Boost.
Resource Boost.
Yes. Can you share a little bit about that vision of that company and what's the core value and principle of this company?
Yeah, now I'm excited about this company because I developed this for the agents to basically change the playing field. Because traditionally, only the broker of the company could capitalize on auxiliary contracts. So they would benefit from the agent selling title, mortgage, home warranty, utilities, you name it. The agents doing all the work. They have to convince the buyer or the seller to utilize those services and add them to their purchase contract. But the agent traditionally never received any funds from that. The broker did, though, who did none of the work. And so now I basically reverse the playing field. And I started a company where they can buy in a silo of my company. They can own all the services underneath that, push all the contracts through there. And then they have another form of passive income. And the only thing they have to do is what they already are experts at, selling real estate. I don't want them having to get distracted and go get their insurance license, go get another license. They already have a license to be a realtor. They should be compensated enough so that they can thrive and live on this, and not only live on it, but retire, right? And so not only did I create a funnel of passive income doing what they already do, but I'm also bringing in a wealth management company because I really want to see, it's my goal, it's my dream to start watching every one of the agents I've ever worked with retire and not live on check to check. I want to see them actually taking their passive income, investing it into the right investment vehicles for them so that they can enjoy their time with their family. They can go and take a vacation every now and then, and they don't have to worry, is my buyers out there looking for a home and I'm going to miss out on that sale because living on commission is hard.
Yeah, it is hard. I mean, that usually people cannot survive in commission alone if you have a steady flow of business. But if you provide a second alternative income to help the agent, I think they'd be more grateful what you try to do and what you try to accomplish on this. So how far are you in this program, or when do you plan to launch it, Tasha?
So we've already launched the title, the home warranty, the utility concierge, and we've merged with Crexy commercial pro tools as well as another auxiliary service. So we're already up and running for all of those.
Mm.
We're working with mortgage right now. That one had the most loopholes basically per RESPA, but we're getting that one worked out right now. So that the mortgage aspect should be done in October, but everything else is already up and running. So the agents can go ahead and contact me. We can set up their silo. All they have to do is start putting their contracts through those services, and then they get another passive stream of income. And a lot of times this income is higher than whatever their commission is for that contract.
Oh wow! It sounds like you have so many things going on and starting this thing too. Look like you don't have time to sleep, Tasha.
I
um,
sleep 3 to 5 hours a day. Yeah, I don't sleep much.
well, you. I think you're so driven. This way I admire. In that kind of sense, you keep pushing it, and you have a big why. And a lot of people cannot find a why, but your why for your kid
Yeah.
is and what you try to do to give them a better life than you have before. So I want to see how you able to find your why. Let's say you accomplish your why, right? And this my closing statement. I don't want to see if you could share this with us. Let's say you did what you can, you accomplished what you have, and you complete your goal, all your goals, and today is your last day on earth. What are the three most important lessons you want to share with people, and how you would like to be remembered by?
The three most important lessons is your why should first, it should be God. Whatever you're doing, make sure that you put God first. Second is your family. Whatever you're doing, make sure you're always doing it for your family and it's going to meet their needs, right? The third thing is do it for yourself. And I would always say put yourself last, because when you reverse that order, that's when everything gets out of whack. That's when greed sets in. That's when your morals are destroyed. And at the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed, what is it that you remember most? Do you remember the money and everything that you bought with it, or do you miss your family? And who are you praying to at that moment? So make sure you're putting the two last things that you're gonna be crying for at the end of the day. Put them first while you're alive, and while you have plenty of days on earth to do that.
So how would you like people to remember you by, Tasha?
Remember me by I would like them to remember me as helping everyone, and a loving person, because that's what my goals in life are, to help elevate everyone around me.
I think that's a good way for closing out this episode. Thank you so much, Tasha, for your time, and you did share a few great lessons and how your drive and your passion and your why. If you listen to this, you might want to listen to it again and learn from Tasha. Well, Tasha, thank you very much for being on my show, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to sit on your show.
Thank you.